They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party. Because P.Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no.
I don't hear none of them niggas who was at Diddy's shit toasting with that champagne every year.
So when they want to prove it, he may end up being in prison.
Down here at Pura Vida by my pad, run into the man right here.
Motherfuckers be gay in Hollywood, you never fucking expect it. They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that long. I'm excited than a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking in all the rooms, and you look around and look in the wrong room and shit. Nick, come here, come here. Is that two niggas kissing? Is one of them niggas professor?
He's right. I've been behind the scenes in Hollywood, and I can tell you, you have a lot of people that are in those deep rooms and are in those back rooms. It makes you think, is there an agenda?
Tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P.Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely. Because I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it. That's how Diddy be feeling.
No, come on, man.
Katt Williams was definitely exposing the industry in his interview with Shannon Sharpe. But I think everyone knows that Diddy's always known for throwing these type of parties. So if he's known for throwing these type of parties, why is it a shock if everyone knows he has these parties? You're showing up to these parties. You're freely going to these back rooms. And then all of a sudden, it's a problem.
Black people happy for a nigga downfall. I don't hear none of them niggas who was at Diddy's shit toasting with that champagne every year. Having speeches with me. Ain't nobody speak up for this man or nothing.
As soon as they say something,
when you're on top of the world, it's a celebration.
Bro.
When you're on the bottom, it's a denilation.
Bro, same one you see going up, you gonna see coming down.
All them all with them suits on, with their cuffs up. Ain't nobody said nothing.
They ain't, fool. Man, as soon as they say something, they in the crosshair, fool.
Boy, this world, boy.
As soon as they say something.
This world, boy.
So you was around Diddy too.
That's why you ain't gonna see too many niggas around me. Who was around me before I went to jail. You don't see too many niggas around me. Cause them niggas did me like Diddy people.
When it comes to celebrities and these Hollywood people, everybody is fake. Because technically everybody is working together to maintain being on top. This is why they do collaboration. This is why they have award shows. You have to work together to keep your face on the scene so the fans think that you are famous. That's why celebrities like to hover around each other, is to make it look like they're just all one big happy family for the fans. But when things start going wrong, people get away from you. Why? Because the reward is so high to be in Hollywood. You know, you make a lot of money just for interviews. You make a lot of money for walk-ins. You make a lot of money doing a lot of things. You have a lot of privilege. You have a lot of people that are kissing your feet. So you get to feel praised when you're a celebrity. Once things start happening to people, everyone is thinking about their money. Hollywood is really just one fake world, and we're gonna prove it right now.
Down here at Pura Vida by my pad, run into the man right here.
What's up?
Miami's like that. Yeah. It's a movie.
As you can see, while they're raiding Diddy's house, Diddy is somewhere still in Miami enjoying his life because they're pump faking. What do I mean pump faking? Someone of power is trying to take him down, and they're seeking out evidence to put him away while trying to tear away his name at the same time. But they really don't have enough evidence to arrest him because they're doing everything off of he say, she say, being that Diddy gave in to Cassie's allegations. See, if he was going through court right now with Cassie, he wouldn't be getting raided. He's getting raided because they're like, hey man, you technically agreed to that. Let's see if we could dig in with what everyone's saying. They got just a little bit amount of time to really find something to stick. If not, Diddy could turn around and sue everyone.
Break it all down. Why did they raid the homes to begin with? Obviously, they had a lot of information and probably were planning this for quite some time.
I believe they were, Christina. I think this all started with that lawsuit that we talked about in November when Cassie sued Diddy. And at the time, you and I talked about how incredibly foolish it was for Diddy not to settle the case before the allegations became public. And he settled it the very next day, and apparently the parties were about $10 million apart. But Cassie was with Diddy for a decade, and she knew where the bodies were buried, and she spilled it all out. And that encouraged others to come forward. And there was lawsuit after lawsuit alleging that Diddy and others had engaged in. So now it's gone from a civil lawsuit, which is about money, to a full-blown investigation, and a very serious one that's based out of the Southern District of New York, probably the most prestigious prosecutor's office in the country. And federal agents executed 2 search warrants, one in Miami and one a mile away from where I live here in Los Angeles, with a lot of armed federal agents who went into the home, and they're looking for evidence of activity, primarily like you talked about, Christina. But
see, the trafficking part is where I get a little confused at. And the reason why I get a little confused is because Diddy is not like Epstein, where he had a private island for people to go to. Diddy was having parties, inviting celebrities and other people that were in the industry to come to these parties and have freak offs. It's like he was known for inviting people to come. It wasn't like a cover up. The Epstein Island situation was a complete cover up. That's not Diddy's situation here. Diddy is known for recording it and then telling you, I'm going to show people this if you don't do this. You know, he's blackmailing them that way. There's 2 different things going on. But when you start saying they always take them down by using the trafficking, the R word, and other things. But in the celebrity world, it's almost like, aren't they known for having these type of parties?
As well, add gun and firearms charges, and we're talking about someone who may spend decades in federal prison like R. Kelly. And this is why, under federal law, if someone is convicted of even 1 count of sex trafficking, it carries a minimum 10 or 15-year prison sentence minimum. The judge can't go any lower for each count depending on the age of the victim.
So there.
R. Kelly's situation is completely different. What they're trying to get Diddy on is strictly blackmail. It's strictly, I recorded you having sex with someone, and I'm going to put it to the public unless you do this for me. It's 2 different things. But when you're looking at a takedown like this, they're setting it up to where you can never get a brand deal. Because if they throw the trafficking around, they throw the R word around, they start throwing all these other names around that are affiliated with the other people, even if they don't find anything and they can't prosecute him on anything, his image is already destroyed. So I completely understand why Diddy went on and sold all of his stock. He may be getting ready to just fall back and be a regular Joe.
There's a potential that Diddy could spend the rest of his life in prison.
Oh, very real possibility. I wouldn't be surprised if this is another Jeffrey Epstein or an R. Kelly type case where we're talking about across multiple jurisdictions over a significant period of time. And again, these are just allegations. Nothing's been proven yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy is arrested in the coming days or weeks, and he's going to have to face these charges. And there's no possible plea that is going to get him off with a slap on the wrist or probation. The prosecutors are successful and able to prove it. He may end up dying in prison.
There is some truth to what he's saying, but right now it is a witch hunt. They are in a hunt to find that evidence to back up the claims from all the lawsuits. If everything is strictly on film, I'm going to be honest with you. It is so easy to copy and destroy film and destroy everything and put it and bring it back up. You're going to need a true genius that's able to dig up deleted deleted software, deleted videos, because Diddy probably already has millions of dollars of tech people that can hide it and get rid of it for him. That's why it's such a witch hunt. I'm curious to see how everything is going to play out. Get in the comments to let me know exactly what do you think is going to happen.